everyone, welcome back to my blog. Today we're diving into one of the most powerful novels in African literature, Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. I'm Vanity, taking up Masters of Arts in Literature, and today we'll dissect why this novel still matters. Now let's break down some of the major themes: identity and cultural disruption. Okonkwo is obsessed with strength. He rejects anything as weak, like his father Unoka, or as the novel framed it, as a woman. We see this cultural rigidity early on. Achebe writes, he was a man of action, a man of war, unlike his father. He could stand the look of blood. His obsession with being not like his father defines Okonkwo's entire identity until colonism begins to dismantle the very values he clung to. Frantz Fanon in The Wretched of the Earth says colonism isn't just political, it's psychological. It erodes how people see themselves. We see that in Okonkwo's fear, rage, and final act. His suicide isn't just a personal failure, it's symbolic of a world that can no longer sustain him. Masculinity and social pressure. Achebe critiques toxic masculinity before the term even existed. Okonkwo is so afraid of being thought weak that he becomes a prisoner of pride. His hyper-masculine performance is both a defense mechanism and a form of self-destruction. When Okonkwo kills Ikemefuna, despite being warned not to, he sees the emotional cost of trying to live up to impossible standards, the narrator tells us.
He heard Ikemefuna cry, "My father, they have killed me," as he ran towards him. Dazed with fear, Okonkwo drew his machete and cut him down.
That moment haunts him and shows how rigid ideas of manhood destroys not just others, but the men who try to live by them. Language and storytelling. Achebe wrote in English, yes, but filled the text with Igbo proverbs and oral tradition and rhythmic speech. Language is power, and Achebe uses English, yes, but he filled it with Igbo rhythm, proverbs, and worldviews. For example, he uses phrases like,
Proverbs are the palm oil with which words are eaten. Chapter 1, page 7.
That line alone captures the richness of Igbo oral tradition, the way language isn't just about communication, but about culture, community, and meaning. For me, one of the most haunting parts of this novel isn't Okonkwo's downfall at the end. It's what happens before everything falls apart. There's this moment in chapter 7, page 61, where Okonkwo kills Ikemefuna, a boy who had lived with his family for years like one of their own. The village elder said he should die. Okonkwo was warned not to take part, but he did, because he feared being seen as weak, or worse, like a woman. This line still gives me chills, not just because of the violence, but because you feel how much it breaks something inside Okonkwo too. And then there's that quiet, almost tender moment in chapter 5, page 58, when Charlotte takes his favorite daughter for a night-long ritual. Everyone tells him not to follow, but he does again and again. He checks where she is, he waits, he watches. It's one of the only times we see Okonkwo show vulnerability, and even then, he won't say it out loud. These moments, the boy he kills and the daughter he silently protects, show us the man behind the mask, and that for me is what makes Things Fall Apart so unforgettable. If you haven't read Things Fall Apart, or if you last read it in high school, try it again with fresh eyes. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. If you're into African lit, post-colonial true or powerful storytelling, hit that like button and subscribe or follow. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. Comment below with what part of the novel hits you the hardest, or what book you'd like to break down next. I'm Vanity, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep reading, keep questioning, and keep telling your own stories. But don't forget, love yourself. Bye!